Welcome to the weekly recap when we are soccer. It is June 8th, 2025. And youth soccer tryouts, at least we're here in Michigan, have come to an end. My word. What an ordeal those are for most people, huh? The movement, the posturing, the playing, the sweating, the drama. And that's just on the parents' side of things. Thank God it's over. Pretty pathetic if you ask me from a lot of the parents and all involved. Yeah, it should be about the kids, but it never really is, unfortunately. Not these days, not anymore. It's more of a business. We all know how it is. That's youth sports, not just soccer. That's youth sports in general. It should be about the kids, like I said. Oh, well. Speaking of kids soccer, did you happen to watch the U.S. men's national team playing against Turkey this weekend? Yeah, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I'm going to put my views on that. We got a couple of views here from the boys as well. They're going to put theirs and their thoughts in. We'll talk about the game. We got comments. Please put your comments in on not only the U.S. men's national team, but all the other topics we got coming up today. You see it on the side of the screen right here. Yeah, one of the ways. We got a little chat feature, so your comments show up live on the screen. Go ahead and put them in, no matter what platform you're on. Also, Portugal, Ronaldo and Portugal beat Spain today in the Nations League final. A new trophy there for them. Yeah, hey, yippee. Plus, coaches are fired, players coming and going at the clubs. It's transfer season, rumors abound. We got a lot to get to. Let's get going.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you joining. Do us a huge favor. Give us a like, give us a subscription, give us a share, whatever platform you are viewing us on. We'd very much appreciate it. Before we jump in, a big thank you to our partners and sponsors. A big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. Check them out. They got some great pricing and some good people as well. Thank you to Next Level Training. Aaron Bird, Dylan, Scotty, Summer, the boys and the girls on Next Level Training. They are the best trainers in the country. Trust me. There's a reason myself, Nate, and a bunch of our friends send their kids to Next Level Training because they are the best. Big thank you to Football Doc Dr. Zachary Atwood. If you're injured or you want to do some baseline testing, hit up the Football Doc Dr. Zachary Atwood. He is one of the best around. And not just a random guy doing physical therapy. He's a soccer player, a former soccer player at a high level, currently playing at a decent level now, even into his 30s. Hit up the Football Doc Dr. Zachary Atwood. And a big thank you to the Dog and Pony Show Brewing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have them back. Be sure to hit them up. They have some fabulous beers. Oh, and coming up a little later, we're going to tell you about the trivia, the soccer trivia we are doing June 18th. We're going to have a little bit more information on that. Schedule it now, though, 7 p.m., June 18th at Dog and Pony Show Brewing in Oak Park, Michigan. Join us live. Lots of fun. And a big thank you to the Michigan Jags. My kids are playing for the Michigan Jags again after going through tryouts. So happy about that. And also, they are sponsoring the Michigan, the Soccer Expo, the National Soccer Expo that's happening August 1st through the 3rd right here in Novi, Michigan. Make sure you sign up for that. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk soccer, youth soccer. It used to be so much fun. It used to be about the kids. You'd go, you drop your kids off at practice. You drop your kids off at wherever. They'd practice. They'd have fun. They'd go play some games. Not anymore. Nope. Now it's big business, just like all of you sports. It's not just soccer. It's baseball. I got friends who are in baseball. Their kids are in dance or in football. Flag football is still big business these days. It's ridiculous. It's all about the money. And tryouts. That's what really brings them all in. Lots of advertising for the tryouts from lots of clubs. Did you guys have to deal with tryouts this weekend? I had to do it. You take your kids out there. They try out for a team. Did they make the team you wanted? If not, there's a lower team. It used to be there was one team and per age group. Not anymore. Now there's like 17, and if enough kids show up, they'll add that 18th team and call it the turquoise team. Yeah, every club does it. This is a thing every single club does, from rec level all the way up to the, the MLS, the ECNL, EGA, and all that good stuff. So, but my God, I'm glad it's over. Oh my word, the drama from the parents. It's incredible, the amount of text messages and phone calls I receive, and the only thing I tell people is, just remember, it's about the kids, man. It's about the kids. So this week I adopted the, hey, make sure you're happy with your coach. Make sure you're happy with whatever it is. And if you think another club is going to be perfect, hey, you should join up to that club. Go for it and see what happens. Because ain't no club perfect. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Nate, I know you were dealing with some tryout stuff this weekend, coaching and daughters and kids and all that good stuff. Are you exhausted, man? Is it exhausting being on your side?
I have so many comments to everything you just said.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a single one of them because I think it'll end our friendship.
Oh, my God. No. You disagree with me?
Let me tell you this. You ever looked a kid in the eyes and tell me he has nowhere to play?
He has nowhere to play?
Nope, can't play. You have nowhere to play.
I
You ever
have.
said that?
I have.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, how'd that feel?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah? Don't ever ask why they have 7 or 8 teams.
Oh, no. That's business. That's the way it happens.
No, it's not.
What I'm saying is...
I don't think it's business.
Oh, what I'm saying is...
No. I don't think it's business. And unless you have regularly looked at kids in the eyes
I have.
and felt good about it and were proud of it, go piss off.
No one's going to feel good about cutting kids.
Yeah.
No one's going to feel
Yeah,
good.
and how many leagues are there, by the way?
1,000,000,001. Alphabet soup.
So just stop. Because it's not. It's not.
It's,
and who are you to say?
You think
and I'm not
it's
just
about you think it's about youth soccer anymore? It's about the kids? It's not about the kids. These
Are you kidding me?
clubs are making so much money.
You're serious right now. You're going to tell me that?
Yeah.
You know who you're talking to right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got kids.
Yeah, no. You know who you're talking to right now, right?
Explain.
I spent 2 days breaking my back to make sure every kid had a spot and everyone was happy. Don't ever tell me it's a business.
We're going to do a little bit of a disagreement.
No, we're not.
You're not convincing me.
I'm not convincing you. No, I'm not convincing you. I'm telling you right now, don't ever look at me and tell me it's just a business. Not my opinion. How I feel.
If a million kids showed up
I don't
to
care.
one club, it would be
I don't care.
right?
I don't care.
Oh, Lord.
Don't ever look me. Don't ever look at me and say, Nate, it's just a business. After 2 days that I've been through and what I've done to ensure that everyone left happy, don't ever do that.
It's impossible to make sure everyone leaves happy.
Yeah.
Because
no, it's not. Because I did.
Not everybody makes the
you're
number one team.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If that's your only sense of happiness, then I guess you're going to be really sad in life because not everything you want in life happens.
Agreed.
Do
100%.
you want to play? Yes or no?
I mean, everybody wants to play on the top team. Do you know how many people I had to tell, hey, man.
Actually, that's not true. Actually, that's not true. Not everyone wants to play on the top team. You know what? I kind of half wonder if it's a bunch of blowhard parents telling their kids that they have to play on the top team or their career means nothing, whatever that is in soccer, and that's why they feel the way they do.
Now you're getting into where I've been talking about.
Because you know what? You know what? My son is super thrilled of playing on the CW3 Novi 3rd black team. He was actually big peacocking right in front of the first team players who were going, oh, I hope I make that green team. And he looks at him and goes, I'm making the 3rd team. I'm happy. I got Coach Tommy. Big smile on his face. Didn't care.
I like Coach Tommy. He's good.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. He's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I dealt with all weekend?
Well,
parents asking me why their kids didn't make the first team and me going, did you watch the soccer this year? Your kid's on the 2nd or the 3rd team for a reason. Be happy they're on a team.
Yeah.
That's where I spent my weekend.
Yep.
And then them going, we're going to leave to another club. Great, go for it. If you think everything's greener over there, come back in a year. We'll see you later.
There's plenty of good reasons to go to a different club.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the best fit for your child.
Yeah.
Not the parents.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, I've ran it down with parents. Actually, I believe now I can write a book, and I think I should, about how to navigate tryouts and just in life and anything, because there's a litany of things you can run down to actually say, okay, is this a good decision or not decision?
Sure, absolutely.
And yeah, first and foremost, who's coaching your kid? And how does your kid respond to them? By the way, that doesn't have anything to do with the color or number of the team.
No, it shouldn't. But to some of the parents who are paying big money, it does. Again,
parents aren't players, and I really don't care what some person who's never played a goddamn sport in his entire life has to feel about somebody playing sports. Because half the time, that's what it is.
I feel like you missed the first part of the speech.
Don't care.
I feel like you missed the first part of the speech.
Caught me on a bad day.
Said, should be about kids.
No, it is about kids, not should be. Is.
No, you
period,
missed.
done.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold your horses there, buddy.
I have horses.
I said should be about the kids because all the sweating and all the playing and all the posturing and all the drama was on the parent side, and guess who forgot about the kids? The parents.
Okay, so what are we in dispute about then?
Well,
when you looked at me and said,
I do think it's a little bit of a business, right? Like
everything's a business, Craig.
There you go. Now you're understanding.
No, stop it. Because now you're saying, yeah, there you go. Everything's a business. Like it's a bad thing. Guess what? You know what else is a business? Churches.
Welcome to my world. This is what I've been saying the same thing for the last week.
Hospitals.
Yep.
Anything that pulls in money.
Anything.
Yeah. So what is your point?
Youth sports.
No, there's a difference when I know what you're implying versus what it is.
What am I implying?
You're implying it's just some shady thing that people do to generate money.
Well, it's not shady. It's out there, and I fully have bought in because I have kids playing in the club.
Same here, and I can tell you, yeah, there are some.
I'm happy with.
There are some people in some organizations that aren't that way. Not everything's clean.
Right.
But when you look at me and realize I had to scrape myself off of a bed, and I had 4 people come up to me and look me in the eyes and go, "Holy crap, are you all right?" And me go, 4 people who work inside the organization I work on, not parents, go, "Are you all right?" And me just going, "Yeah, I'm just burnt right now." Because there's people like me who actually give a crap. There's people like me who care. And no, it ain't a business for me. I work for a business. Yeah. I make 99% of my salary for a business.
Not a soccer club. Let's clarify that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I put myself through this not because I enjoy the extra bit of whatever and free swag I get, because I generally care about the kids. And there's a few of us that are like that.
You said the words there. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
There's a few of you like that.
Just saying.
Yep. Didn't put everybody in one bucket.
I put buckets in buckets.
I didn't put everybody in one bucket.
Can we get on to a show?
We all know youth sports can be a bit.
Brooks, why aren't you talking?
Brooks has had fun watching.
Yeah.
This is not for me. This is not healthy anymore. Moving on.
Do you see my comments? I was like, how's
so this week in MLS?
Yeah. No, this week.
How about the Premier League?
Brooks has said hello to everybody on every
platform
that we're on.
Is there a Nations League? Is there a fake competition coming to the United States with a trophy that's too big for anyone to pick up?
There is. There's that, and there's.
Isn't there like a 7v7 game? I want to talk 7v7 soccer now.
Oh, we've
whatever.
Got that.
This is how far I've fallen.
I've been watching that, USL, MLS.
That's
Premier Lacrosse League, watched all that Friday and Saturday night.
Premier.
Nick's the look.
Hey, let's talk Premier Pro. Hey, I'm in. Let's talk that Premier Lacrosse League now. Let's go. Here we go.
No.
There's some good matchups this week.
Yeah, go on. They had some stick guys, some guys stick, and they did the thing with the twisties.
You want to talk
this
about
one dude that
losing money?
This one dude that played at Notre Dame got picked up the ball, and he did this crazy move, and he did it between the legs, no look, and then went in the goal. That was pretty awesome.
Nobody cares.
He was the number one.
All right, I did. Okay, we drifted too far back on this.
It was the number one play on SportsCenter.
All right,
let's go back to arguing about youth sports.
Let's be clear. There is a realm of talking about youth sports that I don't want to talk about, and then talking about lacrosse I don't also want to talk about, and somewhere in between is a happy medium that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Welcome to We Are Soccer, folks.
Yeah, welcome.
Hit the intro.
We already did the intro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hit the.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to U.S. men's national team talk.
Hit the U.S. men's national team.
Yes, there we go.
It's proud to be a national team from the United States of America, where we're bang on average and don't score goals. Watch us as we falter and we stand up. Leave the stadium because it is boring.
You said a word there, and I think you meant to say less than average. Ooh, it was poor. All right, so USA lose 2-1 to Turkey yesterday on home soil. In the rain, it was soaked out there. It was USA going at it, and they scored. Jack McGlynn, wasn't it, on the first minute?
Yeah, it was a really good goal.
What a goal! And you're thinking, holy crap, these guys are going to take their chance here. This is going to be phenomenal. And then they, you know what?
It ended 1-0?
Nope.
I turned it off after that goal. I thought it was game over.
I mean, I think a lot of people thought, we're going to go flying here. Let's go, USA! And Turkey scored 2 goals in, was it 23rd and 25th minute or something like that. And that was the end of it. USA had some great chances, don't get me wrong. But that was, in my words, boys, my one word I'm going to say right now, pathetic. It was a pathetic display. I don't think Pochettino knows his best 11. Granted, he didn't have his full case of players there, right? So Pulisic's out, Weston McKennie's out, Javinho Dest's out,
Anthony Robinson.
Balogun's
not
there.
there.
They're all out. The big guns, as we'll call them.
Way is not there.
But you should still be beating Turkey and at least playing with some style and showing something in that game. Brooks, so what? Hold on, Nate. Brooks, what is your assessment of that game? Give me quickly a few seconds. Where are you at? Because in my opinion, 100% pathetic.
I thought Turkey came out and played really well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have that young guy that's with Real Madrid that Real Madrid bought.
Earlier, yep.
Yeah, he played pretty well.
Yep.
I thought the first 25 minutes were very good. Then, as I said, I don't like Cardoso. Luca De La Torre kind of did a 180 for me. I kind of actually started to like how he was playing because he was the only midfielder that would turn and try to break a line with a dribble or sit in between lines and try to play forward.
Okay.
Cardoso's useless. He's useless. I don't care if he's going to Atletico Madrid. I don't care if he's at Real Betis. He probably doesn't play well, I'm going to guess, against the big clubs in La Liga, and I don't really care if they made it to the Europa League final. I just don't care. I don't care what he did. Like, he's not good. Aiden Morris is 20 times the player that he is, so he needs to go.
All right, before we get into each individual player, though.
Yeah. But I thought overall, I'm going to go overall. Like, I mean, did they respond? They created chances? They did in the second half, yes.
Sure.
We'll go player by player. Is there still some areas of fault and need and progression? Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I thought overall it wasn't the worst game in the world. Listen, it's a friendly.
Yeah, it definitely was a friendly. Nate, where are you at with this?
One, am I supposed to pretend that Turkey's not a good team? Because I can't do that.
Right, they're not a good team.
No, they are.
They are. They did well in Nations League for qualifying.
They did all good in the last
What are they ranked? Okay, God, I can't even do it with FIFA because that ranking is garbage, by the way, because they have the
ranked? 27th
team at 11. They have USA ranked at 11.
So what are they ranked? 27th.
Oh God, they're just.
They have good players from Galatasaray and Fenerbahce.
There's no good players at Galatasaray and Fenerbahce.
Galatasaray's a good club.
There are players who want a payday at those two clubs.
You got to start there.
You have a Real Madrid player. You have Benfica.
Mm-hmm.
You have several Benficas.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad.
It's a good mixture.
It's not as bad as you think.
One guy that played for Atletico Madrid that's now at Galatasaray.
One guy who
he did, and then he moved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're kidding ourselves if we think that the USA are going to finish anywhere near the top 8 of the World Cup.
Well, no, they're not.
Performances like this, and I'm losing it with Pochettino at this point. I know it's early days.
I'm not in crisis mode, actually.
I'm close. Nate, sorry, I'll let you finish.
So, I can't pretend that Turkey's not a good team because they actually are a pretty good side that plays very tough against European teams.
Yep.
They're actually not bad.
Very well coached.
Number one. Number two is it's a friendly. I know you don't like Cardoso. You maybe started him over Adams, not because Adams is not as good, but likely to go, hey, I want to see what this guy has to perform.
Exactly.
Forget that these matches are meaningless, and it's a glorified scrimmage. I know ESPN likes to hype it up as something more than that, but how else are you going to see if some of these players are actually worth a lick if you don't give them starting time minutes in a competition where it they have a time to shine and perform.
Agreed.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with them starting Cardoso, and I'm okay with him getting found out and not being as good as he should be.
Exactly.
Fine. Adams went in and fixed some stuff.
He did.
Fine. Whatever.
Yep.
I would have liked Downs to get more time, but unfortunately he didn't. Well,
Next game, I think.
yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I just don't put stock in friendlies. I just don't. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is trying players out, trying things out, and seeing things, you might lose.
Correct.
It's just what happens. Now, if this same performance rolls into the Gold Cup, then I'm allowed to go, never mind, we got a problem here.
Okay.
But this is not the Gold Cup. This is not a competition. It's a friendly against a decent European side that actually gives teams problems.
Exactly.
Okay.
If they got played off the pitch,
And they didn't. They didn't get played
they
off
didn't.
the pitch.
If they got played off the pitch, I have been worried, but they did not.
Okay.
They responded to things. Did they score and tie? I wish they did, but it's a friendly.
I'm more upset with Germany losing the Nations League again in 2 games than I am against it, because those are actually that Nation League, they rolled out starters, and that was a meaningful tournament for those teams at that juncture.
Agreed. We're going to get to Nation.
Yeah, I'm just using it as a comparison.
So what do you feel like? You don't like
How
it.
do you
Tell
feel?
me why.
Yeah.
Third straight loss game. Third straight loss, okay?
Okay.
Winless in 6.
Okay.
Pochettino has been in charge. I think he's won 5 and lost 4. And the games he's lost, here is his games, if you give me a second here. So they lost to Turkey, obviously last. They lost to Canada before that. They lost to Panama before that.
Yep.
They beat Costa Rica handedly. They beat Venezuela. They beat Jamaica twice in a row.
Yep.
They lost to Mexico 2-0.
That was a friendly.
2-0. And then they beat Panama in his first game. I'm just really worried that I'm not seeing anything really have changed. I don't see a super pattern of play that's come in here, that what he's trying to do. And maybe I'm overthinking it because a lot of the stars haven't been there. But in my opinion, it's his job to put, whether it is a friendly or not, put the best 11 on the field, get it sorted out, and get a small victory to move on, to start building something here, because we are 368 days away from the World Cup. I'm just getting a little worried that he doesn't really know what he's doing, and he doesn't have any January or summer transfer windows to go get new players,
So
like he's used to doing in other clubs.
for me, when he did the interview, I watched the interview with Landon Donovan and Tim Howard. He wants to win, for sure. He wants to win.
Sure.
He said that. We need to win.
Sure.
In the Gold Cup, for sure. But these are friendlies, like Nate said. It's to try things, right? And he's not worried. He was like, I'm not worried. I mean, listen, he's got the September friendlies as well against Korea and Japan. They're going to schedule some more, obviously, probably against international competition, I'd imagine, to prepare them for the World Cup. I think he's feeling things out. I think this is a test to see who wants to be here, who wants to step up, and who wants to be a part. I thought Diego Luna wasn't bad yesterday. I think he continues to show well.
I think Luna played well. I'll agree with
I
you
thought
there.
Jack McGlynn, is he a tucked-in winger, or is he deeper in the midfield? I don't know. He did well yesterday. He showed spurts. I thought Alex Freeman was good yesterday. I don't know if you want to show our graphic of the starting 11 that we have here. Robinson and Richards were fine. Max Arfson was good. He probably could have put in a few that he missed.
This just in, the guy who likes the MLS League happens to like all the MLS players.
Weird.
I mean, the majority of these guys were MLS guys anyways.
Don't try to cover that up, Brooks.
I thought Malik Tillman was really good. He finally showed what he could do. I think that this the PSV Eindhoven season, that he had, it really showed what he can do. I don't care for Ajima. I think he's a fraud. He's a fraud that can't score goals in the MLS, even though he scored few last year. He's a guy that is very limited in what he can do. He can't hold the ball up. When he gets pushed around by someone bigger, it's a challenge for him. I think he's a fraud.
That's a big word, fraud.
He is a fraud.
Okay.
He's a fraud.
Right.
He like Sargent, White, Brian White, Balogun, all the other guys are better than him. I don't know why they keep giving this kid a test run. He's a fraud.
Okay. All right. Again, I think you're right. It's a friendly. Maybe he's testing some things out. Definitely doesn't have his, we'd say, 11. He's probably got 4 of the 11 that he'd like on the field to start. But it feels like nothing is moving forward. And it feels like we've taken a step back. And I'm hoping 368 days from now, we're going, it was worth it. It was worth losing to Turkey. It was worth losing to Mexico. It was worth losing those other games. Because look where we're at. We got all this confidence heading into World Cup 2026 on our home soil, and let's do this. But the more I see, we'll call these the B team, if you guys are okay with that, right?
Yeah,
this is our
A mixed with B, and then maybe there's a C+ guy in there or something. That's like, hey.
The more I see this, the more I go, we've got some players who are top notch. McKinney, Weah, Dest, and Pulisic. We've got those players. But man, after that, holy crap. And we know going into tournaments, into big tournaments, you need the full repertoire of 18 players.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a good 5. And after that, it's like whoosh.
Yeah, I'm counting multiple C team players on here.
Yeah, man.
So sorry, I just that's just me. That's
Which guys?
Arsene, Freeman, McGlenn. Those guys aren't my second or.
Freeman can work his way into that.
No. It's where you are at right now, and right now you're a C.
He's been with the youth national team.
He's
and
not better than Sully. He's not better than Dest. Moving on.
Yeah, he's a C.
So he's a C.
And Joe Scally?
Yep.
I mean, he's just as better of an athlete as Joe Scally. Yes,
he
is.
I don't care.
It's Antonio Freeman, a former wide receiver. He's just as good of an athlete as Joe Scally.
Well, then I can't wait for
Serginho
European team to go actually pay some money for him.
They probably will, because Orlando will sell
probably
him.
will or do that. Will or do.
They probably will do that, because Orlando likes to sell players.
Will or do.
I think we have to say, okay, he's had
not.
a player.
Dest isn't healthy, so who do you if he doesn't stay healthy?
You're missing what I'm saying.
This is who you have to put there. Great.
Exactly.
But
You're missing what I'm saying.
Will he
If
be on the
you're
bus
healthy, is
year?
he he the first team guy?
Absolutely
no.
not.
Is he the second team guy?
No.
Actually, he's not even the fourth team guy, because I'd probably put Tim Weah there at that point if I needed to. He is that far down the list.
Winger's an issue for us.
Sorry, he is.
So
I think he can jump at least.
Maybe he will, but I'm talking about now.
we had the same problem in this game that we've had in the last couple of years, putting the ball in the back of the net. And then stop making silly mistakes and letting goals in, because that is killing you. You know what the top 10, the top 20 teams in the world do? They don't let silly goals into the back of the net. They make the teams who they're playing against earn every goal they score, man. We can't score goals. We can't stop the ball going in the back of the net. It's a struggle right now, and I'm hoping Pochettino can turn that around.
So back to him. I think Arvson, yes, he doesn't make the cut for sure. Right. John Tolkien's a better player. I'm sure John Tolkien will start the next one.
How about Robson?
Anthony?
Yeah.
He's injured. That's why he's not in.
Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who is, when healthy, your starters.
Robinson.
I understand that. I thought you were talking about. I asked you about these guys and who's the C. The guys that are now.
All C guys.
All these guys?
Diego Luna is going to be a B team.
He's maybe a B guy. He's a B guy upcoming. He's not there yet.
About Agamang? No.
Agamang.
Tillman? Maybe
no.
A B. Maybe a B. Jack McGlynn? No. I got to be honest. He scored a worldie, but I wasn't really impressed. Other than that, Cardoso, not so much.
The only guy that I would,
not so much.
The only guy I would say is maybe an A team guy.
Chris Richards.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. Because one day, eventually, sometime, that center back who's 49 years old might not want to play anymore. So until that happens, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you consider all the goalkeepers probably B teamers, honestly.
Well, no. So let's define B team. It's like within your group. The issue is I think goalkeeper is like up for grabs, if you ask me.
Sure.
Because none of these guys have called themselves out. So I'm like actually omitting that one.
Okay.
Like just because I don't know. Like I really don't know. Like I'm not sold on any of these guys.
I think if the World Cup started tomorrow, based on what we've seen,
I'm putting a trash can in the middle and praying.
I mean, that's one option. I think your best option is Matt Turner or Zach Steffen, right?
That's scary.
Steffen is injured, but at least you've done it before. These other guys, I've never seen you under pressure in an actual World Cup game, so sorry about your luck.
Pochettino.
Right now, it's got to be Turner or Steffen.
Pochettino told Turner, and this was on via the podcast I was listening to with Landon and Tim, was like, he's like, you have to leave to go start somewhere. He's like, you cannot just sit
Absolutely.
you cannot sit at Crystal Palace and be a backup goalkeeper. And that's where everyone else in this goalkeeper pool has a little bit of a level or has moved above them because they start at their MLS clubs or their European clubs.
And that's where I'm saying it's like, honestly, that I can't put, we don't have
It's
an
a
A,
mix.
B, or C guy because the guys who are, I'm going to do quotes, supposed to be better.
Sure.
And that's because, I don't know, this is quotes right now because if you're not playing, are you really better? I guess by name and where you sit and ride pine and keep things warm, but you're not actually playing. So I don't have a first, second, or third.
To me,
let's spend a couple more minutes here, but let's finish it up. Brooks, go ahead.
let me just make one last comment on the goalkeepers and then we'll go. To me, when in your preliminary 60-man roster, when Diego Cochin, who's essentially the third-string goalkeeper at Barcelona, has been promised to be the guy to take over Ter Stegen, but if you've looked at the rumors that they may buy someone else, if he's in your 6 goalkeepers in that 60-man roster, you, like Nate said, you've got issues where it's a crapshoot between a bunch of guys. So, you know what I mean? So that's the state we're at. But anyways, go ahead.
All right, so I got questions here for everybody. All right, where are you guys at right now? Are you cutting Pochettino some slack because of the missing players we have, or because he maybe is testing some things out? I mean, what happens if we lose in a couple of days' time here? In 2 days, we play in Switzerland. We play Switzerland in Nashville. Yeah. What happens if we lose 2-1 or 3-1 to them? Then what? Are you cutting Pochettino slack?
Oh, it's a friendly.
So you're cutting him slack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cutting him slack.
How happy so far are you with Pochettino and his staff after 9 games? Have you seen anything to go, I believe we're going in the right direction? Or are we just going, we've seen what he did at national team, we see what he did with club teams. Yeah. We think he can do this with our set of players, and we're going to, believe, as they say.
I think Gold Cup's the mark here.
Okay.
I mean, if you should run through that group. It's not the most difficult group in the world, to be honest with you. I mean, you play Trinidad and Tobago, you should run through that. Then you play Saudi Arabia, and then you play Haiti. I mean,
even with your B team, you should win all those games.
Sure.
USA should win all of those games. So that's going to be after those 3 games, we can look at it and go, well, now we have an assessment.
I don't know. Where do you stand with it?
So I'm going to use the same metrics that I used for Klinsmann, who I used for Bradley, and who I used, Brohalter, and now that I'm using for Pochettino. I cannot judge you in the middle of what you're doing. It's like saying a piece of art's ugly when it's just a stencil and it hasn't been painted.
Sure.
Right? This is not its finished product. I'm leaning towards the Gold Cup should be about your finished product. Yeah. So let's get to that bridge, and then I'll let you know how I feel.
Fair.
Because he's trying to figure things out. He's trying to sort things out, and I believe Bradley had struggles, and I believe Klinsmann had struggles early on, and I think every international manager, even outside the USA, if you want to use Nagelsmann, had struggles early on when he first started taking over. Until he irons things out, knows who can play the way he wants to play, how he wants to play, it's gonna look poor. And then as he figures it out and as things start to materialize, it should look better. So I'm looking to him coming into the Gold Cup. Let's see how this looks.
Good.
Because, and that's how I'm going to judge him. I can't judge him in the middle of a process.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. We'll judge him after the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. But if the Gold Cup goes, so-so, it doesn't go, what up. It just goes, okay, win it. You had a couple of good games, a couple of bad games. I'm gonna get concerns. I'm gonna get concerned against the quality of the competition, and that we're not playing with some style, and we're not winning those games.
I think he's got the style down. It hasn't changed much. The question is, I think for him, and he's looking for it, who are my players that are going to make plays outside of the, and I think this is a good test.
Outside of the big 5, we'll call them.
Exactly. This is a good test right now. If someone got injured, one of those guys did during their club season or during World Cup, who can I put in there to make a difference?
Yep.
And we had to deal with the Josie Altidore years ago where he got injured, and we had to Wondolowski and other guys had to go in there. I mean, it's going to happen, right? It happens to everyone.
Exactly. Big teams lose big players right before tournaments start, and who are you going to fill in? I mean, England's notorious for losing players before big tournaments. Wayne Rooney, a couple of World Cups ago, ruined everything. All right, and I like the comment that just came in from our friend BX Gunner 81. Landon went in on the players skipping the Gold Cup.
Yep.
I agree with him a little bit, but also a lot of the clubs are trying to take care of their players this summer because, one, we do know that the FIFA Club World Cup is coming up here. We do know that it is a big summer for a lot of these clubs as they look towards next season. And then the World Cup is in the summer next year. So literally, if you're playing now and you're playing through the summer here, you jump right back into your European season. And then after that, you're jumping into the World Cup. There's no break. These players are having no break. So I agree a little bit with him that it's garbage they're skipping, but I agree with the clubs and the players are saying, hold on, we need a break at some point. Our bodies are going to break down. Also, how do the NBA players of the 80s stay relevant today? Well, they talk about the current crop and how they're big pansies and how they don't do as much. So it's the same with the U.S. men's national team, the former players, right? They always call out the guys that, they're not wearing the sleeve, they're not wearing their heart on the sleeve, they're not fit for to wear the kit and all that good stuff. So Landon Donovan's just trying to stay relevant. That's what he's doing a little bit. He's just trying to say we were better than the current group.
Sure. And listen,
man, Landon.
I'm not trying to there's a reason why it's San Diego Loyal where Nate Miller kind of did a lot of it, and he eventually moved to the GM role, Landon Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like some guys just some great players, they just don't relate to everyone.
Right.
Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? And that's what it kind of is with some of these pundits is it's old school mentality. Why aren't you like me? Well, everyone's not like you, and this younger generation is very different. I don't know how you feel, Nate.
I would like to see a tournament with all the older, not a tournament, sorry, just a one match. With all the older guys playing with all their grit versus the
youngers.
Yeah. I mean, no, I do get. I mean, but this is across the board. You don't have. Yeah. I think it's sad, and honestly, I do think it's in the States, and I think it's how we value players, just across the board from what I see.
Yep.
And you don't see the Roy Keanes anymore. You don't see that, type of top, but that's everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You just
every country.
It's every country, every level, you just don't see it.
I think Klose even says about it when he's been retired.
Yeah.
Klose's like, kids aren't the same as when I played.
No,
that's why I don't want to coach.
Yeah, I think it's a shame because I do think, Craig's going to disagree with me. You see the game is a little bit different. But if Craig's dad was here, he would agree with me. Papa Hearn and I see the game the same way. All right. And defending is an art. You have fantastic defenders that look like beautiful soccer players when you saw them defending back in the day. Maldini would be my prime example. Sergio Aguero is one of them. Pulios is one of them. Sergio Ramos was one of them. The things they did to prevent the ball going in was above normal, and to me, at least to me, is equivalent of watching Messi dribble the ball.
Like art.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful art.
And I know that's not for everyone, but I'm sorry. Yeah, watching like Ramos go into a clean slide tackle with very little air of margin and then standing up mid-slide and then moving with the ball.
Yes.
You don't see that often anymore.
No, but that's what I mean. And that's what I'm saying.
You get for playing the game so much, too.
Yeah.
You just learn.
Nice question. Sorry, Brooks, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say that. Go ahead.
Nice. Tyler Adams for captain of this team? I'm in.
Yeah. Everyone, the debate, Pulisic's the cat, I don't think he likes that. I think he likes to be the guy that shows the talent and he leads with skill. Adams is the guy, and you saw it in the game yesterday. He commands the field and tells people where to be, and he's the general.
I like it. I'm in.
I don't know. Do you feel the same way?
Everybody can stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. He's good.
All right.
I like Brooks casually clicking to me to make sure I haven't fallen asleep. And I appreciate that. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I did literally have to scrape myself off of a bed.
Twice in one show. That's unusual. For
he
Brooks.
keeps going, Nate, who's hopefully awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I love Jack McGlennon.
Yeah. All right, boys. Final thoughts on U.S. men's national team because the next game is coming up in 2 days' time against Switzerland. Final thoughts. for this?
I'd like to see a different starting 11. I'd like to see Tolkien in there, Adams start. I'd like to see Brian White in there to start. I'd just like to see different lineup run out there.
I think he has to put a different lineup out there. Has to.
Yep.
All right, Nate.
We should hopefully have a different lineup. I'd not totally different. I would like to see some guys stay on regularly.
Yep.
But some new faces.
Sure.
And we are probably going to lose to Switzerland. I'm just going to say that right now.
Sure.
Before everyone, Switzerland's a good team.
They are.
They got some players, and they got some really good players. So
yes,
just to forewarn you, they're probably better than Turkey. And if you're going out there and you're experimenting, which is what I view him doing, you're probably going to end up with a loss.
Question for everyone. Who do you want to start in goal? This Turner, and then we think he's going to start for the Gold Cup, or do we want to see Chris Brady have a shot? You know my answer on that one. So.
Yeah, you definitely want Brady. I'd like to see Brady start, but I just don't think. I really don't think he's going to be on the 26-man squad next year. I think it needs to be Turner.
So here's the problem that I see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the one position I don't think you can play around with and mess around with.
Okay.
5 days from the Gold Cup.
Okay.
I think you need to pick a starter and stay with it.
And go with it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So whoever starts on Tuesday should be starting on Sunday, unless they totally have
an injury or something, or they just have
a meal of a game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They should be starting throughout at this point, because that's the one position that you need someone steady. You need someone who's been selected as, I'm going to be the guy, at least for now.
Yep.
For mental strength and ability, because that's one of those positions that has to happen. So whoever it is, I don't know who it's going to be, but whoever it is, I think that's it. I don't think you're then changing in 5 days.
Correct.
You better not be, in my opinion.
All right, understood. All right, we're going to talk Nations League. We're going to talk that final that happened today, Portugal versus Spain. Portugal winning in penalties, and we're going to talk about that right off the bat, right after this.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just going to do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Fuck, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
All right, go ahead and put some of your comments in here about the Nations League game, that final that happened today, Spain and Portugal in Germany. That's where it was being played. Listen, all right, Portugal win on penalties, 5-4 in the end after a 2-2 game. Ronaldo scores the 138th time in Portugal's shirt. I think he's played 228 games now for them, so he has that's an amazing tally, by the way. 138 goals, excuse me. Lamine Yamal, very quiet today. I thought Portugal did a phenomenal job on him, specifically Nuno Mendes, who is one of the absolute stud, best defenders in the world. My God, is he good. His athletic ability is crazy, and he's got such quick feet. He's good on the ball as well, can get up into the offensive zone. He is phenomenal. Overall, an entertaining game. I was really, back and forth, some nice passing. Let's go for it. The one thing this game was really lacking was some really good, clear chances. There was almost half chances. I think it was 1-1 by the time a goalie even had to make a save. I mean, obviously the ball went in the back of the net twice, but before a goalie made a save today, it was already 1-1. There just wasn't that many shots on target. That's what it was really missing. But entertaining game. I didn't have a dog in the fight. My kids kept asking me who I wanted to win. I went, I really don't care. I really don't care. I just want to see a great game, and I did. I got to see a good game.
You know, for me, I really respect, and I put this in I think I put this, sent to you or the group text. I just respect. We're not going to play death by 1,000 passes span anymore. We're going direct. And boy, I know they didn't win.
Yep.
But man, they're making it efficient.
I think Brooks, you put in our group text, you said, I would love to watch a lot of parents and players watch this game and understand that you don't have to pass the ball a million times.
Yes.
I want to take that further. I almost responded to you and said, I want you to take that and tell that to a lot of youth soccer coaches.
Yes.
Because I see a lot of youth soccer coaches who are trying to teach these young kids, pass. Listen, in the middle of a game, if the pass is on, great. But the object of the game is let's get the ball forward and let's go score a goal. That's what you do. So, but we just had a little bit of a difference. But yeah, trust me, old Spain, ting ting ting, tiki taka, right? Tiki taka. That's
this. It's like a combination. It's like we'll do that, but we'll also go long and behind with Nico Williams and Yamal.
In my opinion, Mendes was player of the game. Vitinha was awesome as well, by the way. Again, Lamine Yamal, very quiet by his standards. What he's been doing the last, we'll say several months. He ballooned. He had a free kick that you thought, okay, he's going to do something here. He ballooned it over. He kept wanting to cut in on the left, and Portugal every single time they slid a inside defender over, and he's just there. And every time he came in, he goes, cool, I'm going to go a little bit further to my left, and he went, oh shoot, there's the other midfielder, and just passed the ball back.
But that first goal was from Yamal clipping it in behind, right?
Yeah, he clipped it in. Yep.
And that's what you do as a good winger. People slide to you. Ian Robert did it for a very long time and was very successful.
Arjen Robben, my God,
Master.
What a player with his left foot. And he knew how to go to his right and then cut it back to his left. Yamal hasn't quite figured that out yet. When he comes up against a defender like Nuno Mendes, who is arguably more athletic than Yamal, he like today you saw he struggles. So he's gonna come up against players like Mendes, and probably not quite as often, but he will come up against those players. He's got to be able to unlock them, and you got to go to your right. You got to be able to go to your right and cut it back to your left to do something different. In the second half of that game, Yamal just stood out wide the entire time, almost refused to come inside because he thought this is the only way I'm going to get the ball out here, be able to use the space. And as we saw, he ended up being subbed off because he was super ineffective, which is, it didn't help that Ruiz kept getting in his way.
Katie.
Nice, Katie. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think Spain really thought that it was going to be that tough for him to get the ball and find space to operate. And Portugal, to their credit, well done.
Roberto Martinez had a good plan today.
He did.
Credit to him to win that. I mean, he went far with Belgium. And a good job for him to win with Portugal. Some
great penalties, by the way. So out of 10 penalties, only one was missed. Morata missed, for Spain. Unfortunately for him, he suffered with some mental pieces of the game, and it's a shame to see him be the one to miss. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a couple. Even though the penalties are on, the goalkeepers almost got to a few of them.
Yeah,
they were really close to making saves.
Yeah,
like really close, like a smidgen off.
Yeah,
and that made it. I thought that made it exciting. And so it wasn't like they were guessing the wrong way the whole time. They actually guessed the right way and were very close to making a few really nice saves.
They do their research. I mean, goalkeeper coaches, they look at all the video probably on Y-Scout that what players go where and everything. And some guys on their water bottle. I mean, Martinez has it on his water bottle, doesn't he?
Yep. No, a lot of them have it on the water bottle. A lot of them have it like inside of a towel or something like that.
Yeah. And I think it's at YouTube.
Yeah, they all have YouTube.
It's YouTube.
They got music.
They got YouTube.
They got the music on those things, yeah.
So the third place game was France against Germany. France beat Germany 2-0 in the third place game. Germany losing 2 games at home, disappointingly too. But France, Kylian Mbappe and Michael Olise scored both those goals. So France finishes third.
I will say though, they lost against France. They did have more possession, expected goal shots than them. France is a good side.
Oh,
They lost against Portugal, but at least it's like you lost against the best team.
That one.
That won everything. So it's not good. It's not ideal, but hey, you know what I mean? I still think they had a lot of pieces out there. They did change some stuff against France, like Leo Goretzka shouldn't be starting a game. Phil Krug shouldn't be starting anything ever in life. Eddie Mane is young, getting in there. So, asterisk there against France. Portugal, they did roll out the really strong lineup and just couldn't get it done.
Germany is a club, though, like when the time comes when, aside from Hansi Flick's World Cup, every other manager or whatever, when it's time to win, they find a way to win.
No, and it's hats off to Portugal here. I think they're just a really good team. I think I think people underrate how well they are because they look at they got Ronaldo, he's still playing. Okay, well, one, he's effective.
Oh man,
he still is
number one.
Portugal have some of the top players in the world. Bernardo Silva, Viña, Nunes. I mean,
did João Felix play today?
Yeah, he got subbed in.
Yeah,
subbed in.
That's
how
I don't remember him getting.
I thought he did. Hold on.
I don't remember him getting subbed in. They are solid from front to back.
Yeah.
Portugal and even Spain. Those are two of the top teams in the world right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, they are incredible.
That
Viña in the middle, he's like a 5'2" just workhorse. He just doesn't stop.
That was Jota that got subbed in. I got
Jota. Yep.
But look at that. You got Jota's getting subbed in. You got Rafael Leão who's coming in as a sub.
That's crazy.
You got Rento Vega as a sub.
Yes.
You got, Ruben Naves as a sub just coming in. Like, their subs are quality,
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping all Silva's on the bench, João Felix on the bench. Like some very quality players sitting just on the bench.
And on the other side, someone who didn't get off the bench for Spain, Dani Olmo.
Crazy.
He's incredible, and he doesn't.
Such a good year for Barcelona.
He doesn't get off the bench. He's incredible. Two of the best teams, but what a game! What a game that was. Entertaining throughout.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on. We got a lot of other stuff to get to. Just a quick news and notes. England beat Andorra 1-0.
Yay! Yeah. Everyone, quick, find out where Andorra is on the map.
It's over there. Kane scored the goal. Thomas Tuchel gave a press conference after and said he's not happy. Lackluster effort from England. Agreed. A bunch of other stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about Ange Postecoglou quickly getting out, being fired from Tottenham. Who's up next there? We're going to talk about the TST 7v7 tournament that's going on. We got a couple of clips from that. And then we're going to talk about some new technology that's being introduced at the FIFA Club World Cup. Oh, yeah. We got some thoughts on that. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweep, doing a Wittgenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc.
All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
All right, I just looked out my window and there's a couple people playing soccer, grown men playing soccer on the level below us. Yeah, boys, I think there's a full kit wanker down there. I think he's got the full Manchester United kit on. Oh, he actually kicked the ball pretty straight. Sign him up. Sign him up for your team there.
Is he only a wanker because he's a Man U fan?
No, he's a double wanker because of that.
Oh, okay.
Full kit wanker. You wear he's got the socks on. He's got the shorts. He's got everything, man. It looks like they're playing a little 7v7 down there. All right, we're gonna move on. We got a lot to get to, so apologies. We're gonna scoot through a couple of these pieces here. Ange Postecoglou, they've called a taxi for him. It is time. He has left. He gone. Danny Levy wanted nothing more to do with him. Now, I had a conversation with a very, very large Tottenham supporter. He is very disappointed with this move. He said, "Are you kidding me? The guy won our first trophy in 17 years. The players loved him. He looked like, at the beginning of the year, if you'd said, you have to get in the Champions League, you got to win us a trophy, you would have taken this. Now, I understand all that, but finishing 16th is not a good look for the Premiership. Moving forward, we all knew Daniel Levy wasn't going to stand this, but Tottenham fans are not really happy with this move. Thomas Frank from Brentford and Silva from Fulham look to be the managers that they're going to try bring in here. We'll see.
Andrew, move on to another club and do well.
He'll do well. He's not going to be in the Premiership. I think he'll go back to the Scottish League. He'll go to the A-League, get back in Australia, or he'll find his way to somewhere
Spain?
else. Possibly. We'll see. He'll find his way to another club. I liked him. He's a good manager. But Ange Pochettino out after 2 years at Tottenham. First trophy in 17 years led him to the Champions League, so didn't do all that bad. Jobe Bellingham, the brother of Jude Bellingham, is on the way from Sunderland, who just got promoted to the Premiership. He is going to Borussia Dortmund in a €38 million fee. Big money signing for a player who hasn't played in the Premiership yet. But if there's one club who knows players, knows how to buy them low and sell them high, it's Borussia Dortmund. Nate, this falls right into your category because they're a Bundesliga team.
I'm sorry, I thought that was Manchester United knew how to buy players.
No. Manchester United know how to buy high.
Rod, it's the reverse. My bad. Sorry, it's been a long day. I was out in the sun a lot. Things get a little flipped around there.
You know what? And they've actually done it a couple times on the same player. Buy high, sell low, or let him go.
Buy him again.
Oh no. Anyway, this is a good move for Jobe Bellingham. He's seen his brother come through this club. Yeah. He saw what happened there, the progression. This is a great thing for a player just like Jude.
I think there's an asterisk there. So they've spent more money for players, not English players. I think this is the most money they spent on an English player.
Sure. Yep.
But they've spent a lot more money than that. Like I think Schlotterbeck was bought for a lot more money. I think.
Okay.
So, but Schlotterbeck was also more of a finished product within the Bundesliga versus a guy coming from League Two. So, it's good for him. I think he'll do well, and I think Dortmund knows how to evaluate players and talent. They got a track record of it. So get ready for him to be sold for €145 million to Manchester City in about 2 years.
That's a big number.
Do they need a midfielder, Dortmund?
Big prediction.
Dortmund?
Do they need help in the midfield?
They don't need anything.
No, I think they're.
No,
it's a project.
It's a project.
Okay,
but it's one of the you need with an asterisk. So they do have some older midfielders in there. So do they need him to come in right now and play right away? No. Could they use him and bring him and bed him on later? Absolutely.
Yep.
So it's it'll be. I think it's a good move for him, and I think that's where these English players who maybe haven't quite hit their stride yet, but getting into that prime time to where they hit their stride and they want to play Champions League and they want to get serious minutes, that's the place to do it.
It's a great move for the player. So he's just got promoted with Sunderland, who coming into the Premiership are the odds-on favorite to get relegated. So they were going to get their you-know-what kicked all season long, and he said, no, I'm going to go to Borussia Dortmund is a big club, by the way. I'm going to go to a big club that's playing Champions League, and I'm going to fulfill my dream and develop more as a player, and then go sold and go play for an even bigger club. Victor just asked, thanks for joining, Victor, wondering if y'all caught the Albania versus Serbia game. I got the highlights from an 11-year-old who's an Albanian fan, said, boring as hell, Albania missed a penalty kick, or it was saved. He told me, don't bother watching or even the highlights. I said, okay, thanks, buddy. Sorry, Victor, I didn't watch that one, but an 11-year-old who is a big Albania national team fan said, don't bother.
So the surprising me thing with the Jobe Bellingham is the highest transfer fee ever for Sunderland. You would have thought they would have sold the player to a Premier League club for
Well, when they were back in the Premier League, years ago, the fees weren't quite what they were, right? Yeah. So they've been gone a couple of years now. So, I I believe that 38 million is a fee. They probably bought some player. No, they probably haven't, because I remember Kevin Phillips is about 20 million. Yeah, I mean, interesting, right? So, all right, moving on. Let's get to TST 77. Have you all been watching this? It's down in North Carolina, Cary, North Carolina. There's teams by Nani, Aguero, Hope Solo in the women's category. U.S. women's national team. They got a team down there in the women's category.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee's got a team. Concaifa. What's the name of the team that Concaifa?
The Concaifa Football Club.
Football Club. Concaifa
Yes.
FC.
Our soccer club.
Soccer club, he calls it.
Yes.
There's a bunch of different celebrities that got teams down there. It is awesome. Unfortunately, I haven't had a ton of time to watch this year due to work, kids soccer tryouts, and all that good stuff. Brooks has been watching nonstop. I think he actually watches the games twice to make sure he understands what's going on. The games are awesome, by the way. Brooks, I'm going to put up the some of the graphics you made here. Here are the. You want to put the standings?
These are just the from the group play. We unfortunately didn't have time to make the bracket over. But anyways, in the men's final we have so it's going to be Pumas de Alabama.
Pumas de Alabama.
Yes, against Bumpy Pitch FC, and Bumpy Pitch actually was one of the ones that finished third in their group and was a wild card. So we got a wild card team in the final, which is awesome.
Okay, I like.
And then we have. On the women's side, we have Bumpy Pitch FC, the women's team, against the U.S. women in the finals. So Bumpy Pitch could bring home 2 titles, possibly.
Dang.
Yeah.
So here's some of the groups and how they finished. That was the A through F. Here's G through L. And here's the women's group. And Hope Solo had her own team in there, Solo FC. They went through. They lost yesterday in the quarterfinals, I believe it was.
Yes.
She played really well. It was fun to watch her play. She had a young lady from right here in South Lyon, Michigan, that was playing with her as well. This has grown. I think there was only 8 teams last year.
Yes, they expanded.
That's grown even more. If you guys haven't watched this tournament, the TST 77 tournament, you got to watch. So the final is tomorrow, correct, Brooks?
Yeah, both finals. The women are at 7 and the men are at 9 o'clock.
So tune in for those. It's really fun. There's some older players, we'll say, players in their 30s and 40s. And because it's 77, it's a smaller pitch, so it allows for them to be out there. There's some younger players, some college players, some players who are just all over the map. I love it. I love watching it. The games can't end until a final goal is scored. So there's not a clock. There's a running clock, and then it's what they call target time, right?
Target score time.
Target score time. So if my team is beating Brooks 2-0, and I score, and the game ends, the clock runs out. The game isn't over. There has to be a goal. The game has to end on a goal. So because I'm winning 2-0, if I score a goal, that makes it 3-0. Game's over.
Yep, you gotta get to 3, but I have to score 3 goals to win.
The next team to 3. So if Brooks scores 3 goals before I score 1, he wins. I love it. I think it's actually phenomenal. Brooks, go ahead and give me your little thoughts, and then we're going to show some clips. No,
I think it was awesome. I mean, we interviewed, you interviewed Kevin Robeson, the head coach of Hoosier Army. I interviewed Ty Thompson, a player, a great Stanford men's soccer player. Both his brothers went to Indiana. So I was focused on those 2 teams and watched the other ones, but it was a great event. I love it. You know, it's great for those programs to represent, you know, the colleges they played for, and it's great for the colleges to get exposure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know, Cardinal Legacy almost pulled out the win against Nani FC. It's just Nani got the best of them, scoring the target score time goal. But it was great. It was great to watch, and we can roll with those clips from Hoosier Army and Cardinal Legacy.
All right, here we go. Here is Joe Schmidt. Brooks, go ahead and tell me about this one.
Yeah, Hoosier Army. So this was Cagliari. This is just a goal from regulation, but a great job from the former USL Championship player and former midfielder from Hoosier Army.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, here we got Wittenbrink, right?
Ryan Wittenbrink, yeah, former from the outside
Numbers,
of
Lindy. Passes middle.
Play a little bit.
It's Panchcho.
For a year or so, but
goal
by Ryan
Hoosier Army.
Time to beat City Legacy.
Very cool. And here's Mr. Panchcho scoring against a team called Temple.
Yes. So this is the game they had to win to go play Nani FC. Logan from the St. Louis area played Stanford.
And there's the finish.
Won, I think 2 national.
It had to be coming.
National championship with them in 2019.
I'm gonna watch that one again.
And it did indeed.
It was a dirty little
Cardinal Legacy is moving up.
Let's watch that one again. Here we go. Watching
look at
Justin
this
there.
back.
Receives the ball. Goalie comes out. And he's like, "Oh, see ya. Thank you."
And there's the
video
finish.
has a really good one. But
It had to be coming.
So this kid, Panchcho scored quite a few goals.
Yeah. By the way, he was a right back in college. Nate, there you go. So right backs can score goals, my man.
Wow, I've never seen right back.
Yes, on a smaller field.
Logan able to
I think
slide
everyone
at
can score
home.
goals on some fields.
Both sides had every opportunity and chance to get asked for within the
Here
top.
he is against Hoosier
Cardinal
Army,
legacy.
scoring a touchdown.
Yes, this was great. Calmness, playing around, trying to maneuver the guys.
3v3,
Goalkeeper
Lomeli
comes
gets
out, makes a
over,
little bit of
and
a
it's
mistake
tapped
there.
in, and the
Oh,
Cardinal
no,
legacy.
that's not how you
Logan
lose,
So
Panchcho.
apparently this year in target score
Back-to-back
time, you get a gold scarf
game-winning
if you score
goals.
the target.
Yeah, the gold fleece
Logan
with the goal, right?
That's the gold
Panchcho
fleece.
and Cardinal
that
legacy
gives you lifetime
knock off
entrance
Hoosier Army
to
by a
TST
score of
games
2-1.
and to they call it TBT, the basketball tournament.
Oh, I
So
love it. I love
he's
it.
got 3 of them to give away to friends. So
Oh,
there you
lucky
go.
him. All right, he's got another one against Cagliari here. He scores. Here's a
Yeah.
nice goal too.
Oh, this was beautiful. This was
Little give
a
and
great
go. Ridiculous.
Sloop.
Here it goes,
Let's do it.
Panchcho!
Up for the
And
strike
how
here now. Love it.
about Cardinal legacy? Logan
blockchain stuff now.
Panchcho with the winner.
Crypto blockchain stuff.
Oh, he's
yeah.
loaded. That
Mhm.
bastard.
He's
That is awesome. Well, the games finals are coming up tomorrow. Women's at 7 and the men's at 9. So tune in for those. TST, and then I'm sure there'll be another one next year. We have got to find a way to get a team into this tournament because I think we can play on a 7v7 pitch, boys. We got an Aaron Bird next level. Let's go, man. We got to figure out a way to get a team into TST. We got to do it. Come on, man. Can't wait any longer, and my legs ain't gonna be able to work.
Just to let you know, apparently 1,000 teams applied to be in the men. You can only take 48. So.
And it's like a $30,000 to $50,000 entrance fee or something like that.
Yeah, and then when it's all said and done with everything else, you're probably looking to close to $100,000 for the jerseys and the spot. I mean, obviously the sponsors take care of stuff.
Yeah,
But
it's expensive. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on here quick. All right, FIFA Club World Cup is introducing some innovative technology. Referees will wear body cams for the viewer. I like that. I think it's going to be great, especially when players like today. I hate it. Some of those players in the Nations League game are trying to surround the referee. Every time something happened, they're surrounding the poor referee. Now we're going to be able to see it from the referee's angle, and we get to see right up Bruno Fernandez's nose essentially because he's always getting in with his arms out, trying to bump the referee. And today is just a bad example of people getting too close to the referee. We got to start handing out yellow cards when these guys touch the referees. We got to get back to that. Yep. Advanced semi-automated, offside technology. We've seen a little bit of that in the Nations League. I think it's going to help. It does help. Let's bring that to the FIFA Club World Cup. I like that. They're hoping to improve the speed of offside decisions. Yep. Because sometimes it just takes too effing long.
Yeah. Or you let the flag, you leave the flag, and then like that collision happens with the EPL player, and run to the post and all that stuff.
So, introduction of a substitution tablet. This will replace the traditional paperwork and manual communication. We've actually seen some issues in the last couple of weeks. The referees, the linesmen are typing in the wrong numbers, so they're holding up the number, and the coach is like, wait a minute, I didn't call him out. What are you doing? He goes, oh, I typed in the wrong number, and now we're waiting an extra 30 to 60 seconds. Or they've handed them the wrong piece of. It still boggles my mind that in professional leagues that earn millions and billions of dollars are piece of paper. Yeah. A piece of freaking paper.
Or a pass card.
Like, what the F is
there's
this?
not a digital pass card you can
My
use.
God. I mean, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So that's going to help organize the substitution process, speed it up a little bit, make sure there's no issues. This should have been done, I don't know, 10 years ago or more. So, yeah, I'm very interested in that. Brooks, there it is, coming up very soon. Coming up very soon.
Well, Nate, too. Nate can join as well.
I thought Nate had a team.
For what?
Soccer trivia, my friend.
No.
No.
I'm going to be a free agent. I'm an army of one.
Oh, you're an army of one? All right.
I'm doing my own trivia.
The team can have the highest bidder. How many?
Yeah.
Are you doing by No? Okay.
I'm just going to take everyone out myself.
All right, Wednesday, June 18th at the Dog and Pony Show Brewing in Oak Park, Michigan. We are doing the We Are Soccer Trivia, the first ever. This is an awesome event. Get there. It starts at 7 o'clock. Listen, there's going to be prizes. I might have some door prizes, fellas. I'm going to be buying some beers to some people. There's going to be a third place prize, a second place prize, and a first place prize. I cannot wait for this. Get down to Dog and Pony Show Brewing. Do me a huge favor, though. We do have a Facebook event set up on our Facebook page. Make sure you put that you are coming so we have a good attendance. We can see how many people are coming. I'm hoping we get quite a few people out there. We're going to make this an awesome event. We're going to get hammered.
Yeah.
We're going to get hammered. I don't know if we are going to be participating. I don't want anybody to,
I am, with all the answers.
You can. We won't tell you any of the questions.
I will hack your computer and know all the answers.
We'll see. But yes, anyway, I would love it if all of our friends could join us. So yeah, we'll see how that kind of pans out. Boys, I was gonna wrap it up early, but my phone just started buzzing, and yep, we got a phone call coming in here. So before we finish the show, I just hello caller, who is this?
Hey y'all, Bill Davis again, your best friend.
Yeah, it's Bill Davis. Caller Bill Davis, like 3 weeks in a row here.
Yeah, it's really easy to get on. No one's on the line.
Yeah. Bill,
Go right to the front.
Definitely an open line. We didn't even know the lines were open, but here we are. Mr. Bill Davis, how are you? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, fantastic. You all watch that Nation League?
Oh, yeah, the Nations League, yes.
Yeah, we now have a new GOAT, but...
A new GOAT?
But...
Oh, okay.
The new greatest of all time, better than that has-been Messi, Ronaldo.
Who?
Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo. He's now the GOAT. He has 3 international titles, and Messi only has 2, so he is not good.
Oh,
and he will convince you.
Okay. Convince me, because I
told you he's got 3 international titles.
Okay.
All from Europe, and we all know that Europe is far superior. Messi has no European titles now, does he?
He's got a.
Has Argentina ever won a Euros?
No, they haven't.
Craig?
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
You're right. You're not wrong.
Yeah. What does Messi have?
He's got a World Cup.
And.
I mean.
And. Yeah, exactly. A World Cup. It's not a Euros.
It's definitely not a Euro.
It's not a Euros.
No.
You know who's in the Euros?
All the Euro teams?
Yeah, and England.
Greece?
Yeah, and in England, we all know they have that song where it's like, it's homecoming, soccer's homecoming and stuff.
And stuff, yes, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they invented it. So you can be England in their own game, in their own tournament. It makes you the greatest.
Mr. Bill Davis, I see your point.
Yeah, thank you. Won this debate.
Yeah.
1 for Bill.
Yeah.
0 for Craig.
Bill, can I ask you a question?
Oh, please, sir. I love... Hey, wait, just before we get to that, what are we talking about, Bundesliga?
Well, it's the off season, so we kind of just we'll start back up when
the seasons and the soccer games.
Yeah, they finished the season.
Oh, sorry, Brooks. Go away.
No, that's okay. What's your favorite club, sir?
My favorite club. My favorite club, by far, has to be the Sheboygan Whitecats out of Sheboygan area. They are fantastic. Have you seen them?
I have not.
No, they're fantastic. They play with soccer, and they have the sticks, and they throw the ball in the net. It's soccer, I believe. They're running around on a field. It looks like it. If it's not soccer, I know what it is.
I don't know what that is either.
They got what?
Maybe it's lacrosse?
Lacrosse.
That's what it sounds like.
Lacrosse?
Yeah.
I watch that regularly. I think that's what it is.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe. Yeah, it sounds like lacrosse.
Okay, well, then I guess I can't do that. I'll have to adjust my team. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
It's definitely not cricket.
No one knows what that is. Those are bugs.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Davis, I appreciate you calling in. We very much appreciate it, and Again, you found our number on the back of a bathroom stall that said for a good time. Good. I'm glad you called. Hopefully you had a good time. But, thanks again, I guess. Nate, welcome back.
Sorry, I fell asleep for a minute. What happened?
Man, long weekend of tryouts and you keep falling asleep on
Did I miss something?
No.
Sorry, are we closing?
Yeah, we're doing the closing.
Closing time.
Cool. Anyone calling or anything?
No.
Sweet.
You don't have to stay here.
Huh?
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So
I don't want to stay here.
You want to get you definitely.
Tired.
You're tired. All right. Big thank you to our partners, Soccer World. Big thank you to them. A big thank you to Next Level Training. A big thank you to Football Doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Big thank you to the Dog and Pony Show Brewing. Very much appreciate them. We're going to have to grab some beers for our next show. Don't forget to visit us June 18th. That's a Wednesday for soccer trivia at Dog and Pony Show Brewing. A big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars. MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information on them. And they are part on helping with the North American Soccer Expo, which is happening August 1st through the 3rd. More presenters being announced soon. If you're a coach, if you're a director, if you're anybody involved in the game, get to the North American Soccer Expo. It's right here in Novi, Michigan, August 1st through the 3rd. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. That's going to wrap us up for the week. We appreciate it. We'll see you all next week. Cheers.
Cheers.